All right, we got our Pinarello F12 Dogma review video, reaction, my thoughts on it, what's what. So I got to ride this in summer of 2019. So RNA Cycles in Brooklyn, New York, they do, or they used to do, I don't know if they're still doing it, they used to do demos where you would go and you get to pick, what bike you want to ride. So you give them your bike and a credit card, and then you can take out whatever you want. So they really only deal in high-end brands, so Pinarello, Cervelo, BMC, all the top end stuff. So like I said, I went in 2019, was interested, I wanted to check out the bling bikes, as they say. I can't afford something like this, nor would I probably spend the money on this if I could. I just don't think there's a need for it. Again, I just picked this one. I like the color scheme. I like the geometry of it. So Prospect Park, if anyone not familiar, it's like I think it's like a 3.25 mile loop. Some rolling hills, like one sort of climb. It's not really a climb, I guess, like I said, it's just kind of a hill. Mostly flat, some downhill. So I took this out. I probably rode this for around 80-90 minutes, just doing some laps around the park. So what I liked about it, the geometry I really liked. So it's really aggressive racing geometry, as you can see. I thought it was a fast bike on the flats. It did feel a little not heavy, but it didn't feel as like responsive. I thought, well, let me say first, I thought the frame was very stiff. Times I would get out of the saddle either to go uphill or try and go fast on the flats. I felt that stiffness, especially like up here with their forks and all around here. I felt the stiffness there, and definitely bottom bracket area. I don't know what group set even that is. If anyone wants to comment, I guess it's I don't know if it's SRAM. I don't even know, to be honest. Zip wheels. I don't even know what models those are. I don't really keep up with like this high-end kind of shit, to be honest. But yeah, if anyone knows what the group set is, or the zip wheels, just comment down below. But yeah, so back what I said, I definitely felt the stiffness. Now, in terms of, I don't ride disc brake bikes, but the thing that I noticed with this, it definitely had, a sluggish feel. I felt with, cornering. I don't know, it just felt a little bit different to me. Not like, so drastic, but it definitely was like, I felt it different. It didn't feel as nimble as other bikes I've ridden. When I was able to get it up to speed on the flats, I felt fast on it. Again, I really like the geometry of that frame. I didn't like the integrated handlebar and stem, the carbon. I'm not a fan of that. I like aluminum. But see, the stack height was pretty high. But again, they're not gonna obviously cut it for a demo or whatever. What else? Now, in terms of the braking, I didn't really brake that much riding because I try not to brake anyway. Just try and weave in and out, or find shortest possible line between anything, honestly, especially when you're in that park, because you gotta weave in and out of people who's just cutting across at the last minute, what kid's throwing a ball in the middle of the road. So like you gotta pay attention there. So slamming on the brakes is not ideal. Now, the thing I noticed with the disc brakes is that they definitely felt heavy, as if, and when I say heavy, I mean, I'm not really talking about the weight. I'm just talking about more because like there's so much stopping power with them. So it felt as if like you're driving a truck. Like, if you drive like a pickup truck or like a big, SUV, you'll notice when you stop, because there's more weight in the back, you're getting like, pushed forward. So you can't like just slam on the brakes, sort of thing. So again, I really didn't brake too much, but the times I did, especially, after like downhill accelerations, because, I usually ride downhill, I'll ride drops and then do like, trigger finger style braking, just, the one finger on the brakes going downhill. So there was, you know, for me, I thought there was just too much stopping power, and you know, I didn't really experience people say that the pads overheat. I wasn't braking that much to really notice that. My just thing was I just felt there was just too much braking, and the times, you know, like I said, I was going downhill. You know, I felt, you know, when I did have to stop for whatever reason, it was like, you know, it's like too much of a jolt of a brake. And yeah, I thought it was, you know, fast in a straight line, but like the nimbleness, and just that quick reaction time that I feel with other frames, you know, because like I said, this really is, you know, you can see this is a very aggressive geometry. Like, you know, that's a pure racing geometry. You know, I liked the design on the back here. I thought that was cool. So like I said, you know, again, on the flats, I felt very fast. But yeah, just that the nimbleness factor wasn't there, and it felt, I guess, you know, it felt like too digital compared to, you know, rim brakes. I consider more like an analog sort of thing. I don't know what the exact price tag was on this. I think if I remember correctly, the rep said it was like 12,500. I mean, this was 2019, I think. So I'm not sure, again, with, you know, with the wheels. I mean, this is how they come fully built, and they sell them. So those zip wheels and whatever group set that is. But yeah, that's that. Again, I thought it was, you know, it was cool to ride, obviously, just to say, because I never ridden something that expensive. You know, I went all out riding it too. I didn't care if I crashed or anything. I would, you know, whatever. I would just leave my bike credit card. I would just cancel the card and just leave the bike and whatever sort of thing, take the bus home. You know, I wasn't worried about that. I mean, my thing was, if I'm gonna ride something, you know, whatever, I'm riding how I always do, you know, just going all out and having fun. So it was cool, you know, like I said, just to ride something that expensive. But you know, I guess if you have the money, you want to get it, so be it. You know, I just don't think they're worth it, because, you know, they lose their value so quickly because new ones come out, and you know, that's that. A cool frame though, I gotta admit, that frame was really cool. I did like that. The color scheme was sick. I like the stiffness of it. You know, really liked it, that aspect of it. But the braking, too much. Didn't like the carbon, the integrated carbon. Yeah, it had the, you know, electronic shifting was, you know, whatever. I don't really need it, but if you want it, so be it. All right, so that's our review, reaction, honest thoughts, Pinarello F12 Dogma, RNA Cycles. Nothing here is affiliated, just giving my opinion, and that's that.